Hi guys! So I tried to make this video like, I don't even know, 6 times earlier today and was reminded why I do my videos in the middle of the night. Literally, like, the kids would be happily playing and I'd be like, okay, cool, we're gonna get this video knocked out. I just need like 10 minutes. And no. Like, every time I'd get about 3 minutes in. I'm sorry, I am shaking this. Um, I'd get about 3 minutes in, 4 minutes in, 5 minutes in, and then just like, it was bad. So I finally gave up and was like, never mind, I'll just try again in the middle of the night. So here I am in the middle of the night. Yay! Um, so since today was all about kids, I want to do a kind of an update video about parenting with tics. Because there aren't a lot of videos about that aspect. Ha ha ha! You get there are a lot about parenting somebody who has tics, a child who has tics, but not about being the one with the tics. I am still making this shake. Not very many videos about being the person with the tics, and parenting while you're having tics. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, and kind of my top 5 cons, I guess you'd say, of dealing with tics while raising kids. So, first of all, to show you what we did today. Oh yeah. That's we built a blanket fort, and that in the middle there, that's the baby's high chair, and all along the side are our dining room chairs. So we actually we ate dinner standing up around the table. The kids sat on the floor because we used all our dining room chairs, and the baby's high chair to make this blanket fort. Which, I don't know, I didn't really properly process in my head when we were making it that was going to be a natural consequence of, using all of the dining room furniture. But anyway, the kids had fun. It's a pretty cool fort, I gotta say. So anyway, my top 5 kind of problems, issues, cons of dealing with tics. Number 5, first of all, I'm always worried that I'm gonna first of all, that I'm gonna weird them out, but even more, I worry about scaring them. Because, it can be kind of a little scary if your parent is doing something weird that is not normal. And, there have been a couple times where, like, especially when I, like, have just, like, the all-body ticking, shaking thing, I worry about them seeing that and, like, getting scared. So, no, I try not to make a big deal about, like, the less scary looking tics, like, just, like, the hand motions and, like, sounds and, that kind of thing. And then just, like, the more intense stuff, I just do my best to, when I feel like the pressure building up, I just make sure I get away somewhere where they're not gonna, see it. So that's how I've been coping with that. Number 4, swearing in front of them. That's always a concern. I told this story in my last video about parenting with tics. Last year when the whole F-bomb decided to show up. What I would do, like, if I feel it coming on, I would make sure I got out to a different room and, like, let out a string of them. And so one time I thought I was safe and I went out to another room, but then, like, 30 seconds later I heard my our number 3, who was she was almost 2 at that point. I heard her in the living room going, "Fuh, fuh, 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 fuh." I was like, no. So that's always a concern, and usually I can either leave the room or kind of say it into my hand or something so that they're not hearing it. So that's number 4. Number 3, uh, dealing with the tics with the kids is like I said, I try not just like I let the shaking ones come out some and like the vocal tics and stuff, the ones that aren't like scary looking or concern that I feel like would worry them or really creep them out and weird them out. Um, but there is like a level of suppression that goes on um pretty much all day. And it's not like a huge, it's not like I'm trying to keep everything on lockdown all day. Ha 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 ha. Mangoes, 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 mangoes. Ha, fuck you. Ha. Um. So yeah, it's not like I'm trying to lock everything down all day, but it's kind of it's not even like a conscious thing. Yeah. So story time. When I went into labor with number 4, um, it was like I woke up with contractions, but they were really spaced out and just like all day long. It was just like one every like half an hour to an hour and just super spread out and nothing was really going on. And it wasn't until I sent the older 3 um, to my sister's house that things actually kicked into gear and we had our number 4 7 hours after the kids left. So I kind of have this theory that my body puts the kids as a top priority. So even if I'm not like trying to consciously suppress tics, I'm pretty sure that on a subconscious level, my body is trying to at least um, lower how loud they are, how noticeable my tics are when I'm around the kids. So, that means that I get to be awake at midnight, ticking, because I've got to get some of it out. So that's number 3. Number 2, um, it's a lot to juggle, because you have all of the mental and emotional and physical, juggling that just comes with being a parent. You've got to deal with the fights that are breaking out, and they're all at different ages, obviously. So they're all learning different things at different times. So the 6-year-old we're dealing with, working through emotions and that kind of thing. The 2-year-old we're working with, you don't always get your own way all the time. So just, the regular parenting stuff is a challenge in and of itself. So then you also add into it the mental and physical strain of tics and a little bit emotional strain of tics also. And so you add all that in and it leads to a really exhausting day. And then you add in sleep problems on top of that, which, parents as a general rule don't get a lot of sleep anyway. Or at least I don't. My kids don't sleep. um, so you add in, parenting not sleeping well plus tic not sleeping well. And it's a lot. It's very fatiguing. Um, and every day is not terrible. Some days I actually get sleep. Um, and some days are better than others as far as, if the tics are acting up really, really badly, or if, the kids are having a great day and behaving, or if they're just like, they're not feeling well or they didn't sleep and so they're not in a good mood. So, it varies, obviously, but overall it can get very tiring. So That's number two. Number one, the thing that bothers me the most um, is as a result of all of the mental and physical and a little bit emotional juggling that's going on like all the time with the kids and the ticking. Um, a lot of times I feel like I'm not very present with them, and I'm dealing with like a lot of like overload sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. And so like sometimes it will be hard to even just like sit down and read a story with them because I'm ticking too much, or I just can't focus because I'm dealing with like a lot of management up here going on. Monkeys, 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 monkeys. So yeah, that's my top five of difficulties with parenting and having tics. Tell me if you are a parent with tics, what are issues you deal with? I would love to know. I would love to meet more people who have tics and are raising kids, because it's challenging. um, but there were some that actually can be helpful. Kids help, they do. Um, so my favorite is when we go to the grocery store, because I almost always have to take all the kids when I go to the grocery store. And you have to go to the grocery store. Like, I don't know, they keep eating, they keep needing food. This is the thing. Ha, ha, ha. Ow, 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 ow. Fuck you. Huh, huh, fuck, fuck. So when we go to the grocery store, um, like some of the tics I can mask in the store by pretending I'm playing with the kids. So like I had this one that comes out sometimes where it's my tongue, sticking my tongue out. So sometimes when that comes up, I'll just pretend that I'm playing with the baby. So I'll be like, "Hey, baby, you funny baby, and it actually works pretty well. I think. Maybe I look like an idiot, but I think it works pretty well. And then the other thing, when we're leaving the store, we come out of the store, and once we leave the store, I'm like, okay, guys, now we can all shake our wiggles out and get our energy out. And we basically have like this dance party in the parking lot outside the store. And it's great for me because I can just like get some of my tics out and I don't look totally weird. I look like the cool mom who's, having a party with her kids. And the kids are able to get some energy out, and I'm able to get some tics out, and it's great. So, the kids actually help with masking tics, with being able to relieve some of the tics. So yeah, it's not all bad. Um, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't choose to not have kids. Ha 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 ha. Everybody has their challenges, and these are mine. So that's it. I'm kind of tempted to hang out in the blanket fort. That might be where you can find me for the next little bit here until I can go to sleep. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later.